TestAutomation-MrBeatCoder here. Welcome back to our Java lessons to prepare for our Selenium Java automation lessons. So we're up to the for loop, so let's start, team. So we're going to learn two different ways of writing a for loop. So in Java, a for loop allows you to do things such as print out all the values in an array, and a for loop you can also you can iterate, so which means repeatedly execute over each and every element of your array and then print the values. So let's learn how to do that. So we'll use the same Java file here, but we can write a comment on what we're gonna do here. So let's make a comment: array and for loop. So let's create another array. Let's copy this and create another array, and we're going to call it array3. Cool. And we'll just make it just up to 5 to make the example more simple. So we declared an array. Now we're going to write a for loop. So this is the first way we're going to write a for loop, and I'll show you how to do it. So just follow me, team, and I'll write it and explain. So for loop, you write it like this. It's actually prompting exactly what I wanted to write. So let's use it, team. So IntelliJ is really awesome sometimes, but you also have to be careful with the prompt. Sometimes it might not be the prompt or the code that you want to write. But let's take this and I'll explain to you. So in this case, what it's doing is, so in our for loop, we're going to start, so we declare this condition of integer I, and we give it initialize the value 0, and what it does is that then the condition is that our indexation will iterate through our whole array, and this we can put it whatever we want. In this case, we put it as I is less than my array3.length, which means the size of our length. That's what this length means. This method gives the size of an array. So this end part here is the increment. So I++ means increment by 1 index every time. So basically it's gonna, when it enters this for loop, indexation starts at 0, and it looks, if I equals 0, that's less than the size of our array, because our array it's got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 5 indexes. And then so enter the loop, and then the second time it will also look, enter the loop and execute whatever is in here, in this squiggly bracket. So when I is no longer less than the size of our array, then it won't go into our array, so it won't repeat again. So that's what it means, team. So now what we're going to do, so system.out.println, and we're going to print our array, each index of our array as it enters. So it should print out basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So let's do it. I'll save it, and then we're going to run this, like this button, run Java basic. So just take note, it's going to run the previous stuff, but we just want to see the last part of our output, which will print. Cool. So you see, so it's still printed out our array as before, but this time you see at the very end it's printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is what we just wrote. So it's iterated through our array, and every time it's iterated, it's printed out the index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what it means. So just a reminder. So the variable I starts from 0, and it will keep looping until the size of the array. So for our example, the size of the array is 5. So and then I++ means to increment by 1. So just note, remember, do not use less than or equal to in this sign, because the formula will not work for this code. You'll get an error because you're asking the code to repeat even when I equals 5. on the 5th iteration, but there is no array of 5 so in our example. So just a note of that, and that's it. So now we're gonna do, so this is the first way. So now we're gonna learn another way to do this. Let me just put it here. Ooh. So array for second, I'll put second way. It's called enhanced for loop. It does the same thing, just a different way, so different syntax. So let's again declare the array, but we'll call it array 4 just to differentiate. And this time, yeah, we're gonna write this for loop again. So 4. This time the syntax is different, so we're going to put int numbers and then put the semicolon and then give the name of our array. And then open the squiggly brackets, and then we're gonna print the numbers. So system.out.println, and we're going to print the numbers. There we go. Sorry, close off the semicolon. Excellent. Actually, a little error here, and it's highlighted in red, so I just had a look, it's actually because we should put in the colon instead of the semicolon. So there you go. So now it's working. So what this means is we don't have to use this part, I equals 0, I plus plus. So this enhanced way, you basically just declare the integer in the condition and then give it a variable numbers. This could be anything, and so basically, and then you give the array variable name, and what it does is this line will do the same thing as this. It'll iterate over it'll iterate over our array, and then what it does is, again, we're printing, and then there's numbers. This is like the indexation, so it's going to print. So it's going to basically do the same thing as that. So let's run it, team. Let's save, and we're going to run the same thing. So it's going to print out 1 2 3 4 5 again. See, so that's the first one, for loop, and this is for our enhanced for loop. So there's just 2 different ways of doing the same thing. And so the enhanced for loop is a simplified way of writing the for loop for array of strings and integers. In this case we did integers. So this part means from the array, on every iteration, pick one value and store this value in a string variable called numbers. So this can be called anything. Then print the integer variable values in the for loop. So the enhanced for loop will automatically do the same condition, so this part here, as this formula that we wrote before. So that's how we do that. So let's practice also how to write an array for strings. So let's use the first way. So let's write it here. Let's comment. So array for string first way, and this time we're going to do a string. So what we can do, so right here, so declare string array similar to the integer array. So we want a string in terms of integer, and we give it a name. So let's call it superheroes equals, and we're gonna put in the names. So let's say Batman, Spider-Man, Captain America, Captain marvel. And that's that. So we close that. Alright, just correct it to a capital X. So it's all working now. So again, let's write the same for loop. So for, again, it's prompted the right thing. So iterate through our superheroes.length size, and then I'm going to print out each index. So system.out. Excellent. This IntelliJ is so awesome. So system.print, close that, and we're going to print out each index of our array. Oops, sorry about that. Don't need to do that. Accident. Oh, here we go. So let's close that. So we let's print again. So this time it's going to print out our string instead of an integer. So excellent. So there we go. Oh, there's a little difference here that I wasn't supposed to do. You see, did you catch that? So because each string has to be opened and closed by a double quotation, in this case it's taken this as one string, so that's why. So let's make it a separate string. Okay. It's good to see these little things, isn't it, team? So let's run it again. This time Captain America and Captain Marvel will be in two different lines. See? Excellent. So that's how we do that. And now what we will do is we'll do the same thing, but we're going to do the second way. So this is the enhanced for loop, right? For strings. So again, let's copy this. We're going to do superheroes 1, different variable name so it doesn't get confused. Oh, actually, we should make it superheroes. Give it the right spelling. And so for the enhanced for loop, it's similar to the integer for loop, just the syntax is slightly different. So for, and this time instead of the integer we put string and then any variable name. So let's just call it hero, and it's given again. IntelliJ is smartly given a variable name and then put in the superheroes 1 variable, a string variable, array here. So that's an array, and we're going to print out again, and we're going to print out hero, which is what's stored each time it loops. So this is the enhanced for. You see, I mean, both make sense, both works, but this one is more easier to see, but this is also very clear. It says exactly what the condition is. So we can use both, but it's just good to learn both ways. So again, let's run it. Let's add an extra string here so that it differentiates, that we know that it's printing out the second enhanced file. Let's add Iron Man here. So save, and let's print it, run it again. So there we go. You see, here we go. That's printed. Actually, how about this? We make it even more clear. Just between these two, we're just going to print out some asterisks so that we see a clear differentiation, that this for loop and then our for loop. Cool, so let's run it again. Here we go, play. Awesome, you see, this is our first string for loop the first way, and then we added some stars, which is this one, this code, and then we used our enhanced for loop to print out our second array, superheroes 1. It's got the extra Iron Man, so that's how it works. So there's just different ways of doing the same thing for integers and strings. So let's stop here, team. We've learned a lot in this lesson, and in our next Java lesson we're going to learn how to use the conditional statements, if and else, inside the loop. So thanks for your time. MrBeatCoder out.